What if I told you that improving just one skill could change the course of your career, relationships, and well-being? Would you invest time in mastering it? That skill is communication. We all communicate, but not all communication is effective, whether it is with a colleague, a team, or even within yourself. How we communicate can profoundly impact everything. Stick with me. These are actionable strategies to improve your communication and navigate some of the toughest situations we all face. Let's kick things off with clear communication. It sounds simple, but it's more than just speaking or writing words that make sense. It's about being intentional with your message, understanding who you're speaking to, and ensuring you are heard in the right way. We've all had those moments where things didn't land as we intended, so how can we avoid this? Clarity starts with understanding your purpose. Ask yourself, what's the goal of my communication? Am I informing, requesting, or persuading? Once you know that, it guides your tone, body language, and word choice. Your purpose shapes your tone, but body language matters too. Research shows most communication is nonverbal. You might not realize it, but your body is constantly sending signals. Are your arms crossed? Are you leaning in or pulling back? These cues play a huge role in how your message is received. I'll share a quick story. I was once called into a meeting to explain something that happened. The manager barely looked at me, typing away while I spoke. It felt like she wasn't even open to listening. So when you're trying to communicate effectively, make sure your gestures and expressions match your message. Open posture, eye contact, and active listening go a long way in building trust and making your message stick. Of course, communication challenges pop up all the time, especially when we're stressed. Stress clouds our judgment and makes it harder to get our message across. We tend to react impulsively, which can lead to regret. So how do we avoid saying things we'll regret? One tactic is to pause before responding. Just a few seconds to breathe can help you gather your thoughts and communicate more clearly. If you're leading a team through a tough moment, acknowledge the stress but stay solution-focused. Others are looking to you for direction, so staying calm sets the tone for everyone. And let's be honest, misunderstandings, differences in opinion, and bad timing happen. Conflict is unavoidable, but how do we handle it? Be proactive. If you sense a misunderstanding, don't wait for it to escalate. Address it head on. Own your part in the conversation and stay open to hearing the other side. And when you get critiqued, avoid being defensive. Listen first, acknowledge the feedback, and ask questions to clarify. This shows you're open to growth. When delivering feedback, be clear, specific, and actionable. Instead of saying "you're wrong," try "I can see how you might feel that way." This helps shift the conversation from confrontation to collaboration. You may hear this before. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Stay respectful and avoid personal attacks. Focus on the issue, not the person. Use I statements like "I feel that," or "I think we could improve this." This makes it about your perspective, not a judgment on them. Approach conversations with empathy. Timing, setting, and sensitivity matter. And above all, stay calm. Actively listen with the intent to understand, not just to respond. If it's hard not to interrupt, take a moment to breathe. That little pause can make all the difference. Encouraging open communication starts within yourself and your team. Create a culture of trust and transparency. Be honest about your thoughts and feelings, but also provide space for others to do the same. A big issue in teams is groupthink, when everyone agrees just for the sake of agreeing. This leads to poor decisions. Challenge ideas. Encourage diverse perspectives. And avoid the trap of settling for what's easiest. If you're in a work environment where people hesitate to speak up, start by asking open-ended questions and listen actively. It may sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It shows you value others' input and builds collaboration. Let's talk about the digital age. Communication isn't always face-to-face anymore, and that comes with its own challenges. In remote and hybrid environments, you lose nonverbal feedback, so you have to be extra mindful of tone and clarity. Emails, texts, and instant messages can easily be misinterpreted. Then there's the issue of burnout and information overload. Technology keeps us connected but also overwhelmed. The flood of emails and notifications can make it hard to focus, and there's often an unspoken expectation to respond immediately. So, how do you avoid burnout? Set boundaries, turn off notifications when you need focus time, and break down information into manageable chunks. Prioritize what matters most and communicate your needs. Let people know when you need space to recharge. Finally, let's talk about your mental state. The way you communicate impacts how you feel about yourself. Good communication can reduce stress, boost self-esteem, and strengthen relationships. Take time to reflect on your communication habits. Whether through journaling or self-reflection, identifying emotional triggers and learning healthier ways to communicate can make a huge difference. Personally, in the new year, I'm focusing on how I respond to triggers, and I'm proud of myself when I handle them calmly than I did before. Change your perspective. Think about someone you admire for their communication skills. What traits do they have that stand out to you? Maybe it's their remarkable ability to listen, their genuine concern for others, a non-judgmental attitude, authenticity, engaging presence, or their curiosity. These qualities create an environment where you feel open and safe to express yourself, and embracing them can help you become a great communicator too. To wrap up, effective communication isn't just about what you say, but how you say it, how you listen, and how you engage with others. It takes practice, patience, and self-awareness. By focusing on clarity, body language, empathy, and transparency, you'll notice a big shift in how you connect with people. Whether you're navigating conflict, leading a team, or trying to avoid burnout, the key is to stay real, stay open, and stay mindful. Start with one of these tips and see how it transforms your interactions. It's easier said than done, but hopefully this video serves as a reminder when you need it most. Thanks so much for watching. Drop a comment below to share any communication tips that work for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care and be mindful of how you communicate.